Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy Mr. Almighty Lewis back at you with another video, and today we're gonna be talking about stereotypical success and why it sucks and why you shouldn't pursue it. So, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and make sure you hit the notification icon. That way you're notified every single time I upload a new video. Alright, so stereotypical success. So, when I refer to stereotypical success, what I really mean is the very common success and generic success that you hear people talk to you around you, they talk about this type of success, like let's just say, for example, like getting rich, getting a couple of materialistic things like cars, a good phone, a house, something along those lines, right? Sorry, I just heard a little sound going off in the office. I was like, what's going on? But I think everything's fine. I hope so. I can finish up the video. But yeah, like I was saying, so there's that stereotypical success, about getting rich and everything, being wealthy, having a big mansion and stuff, and being surrounded by the best of the best things right in life. And so we hear this, at a pretty young age. Usually, most of us, either we hear it from the people that we hang around with, or we see it in movies, or we see it, all around us, and you assume that that's really what success is, and that's really what success is all about, and that's what you should really be striving for ultimately. And everything you do from this day forward should be towards getting something around those lines, getting a really good car, getting a really big mansion, a house, and anything along those lines, right? And the thing is that while there is some people that actually find some passion and some drive to pursue these things, it's not something that is meant for everybody, and that's something that you have to understand. And the thing is that a lot of people will try to convince you that this is it, like having a really nice car, having a really nice house, a really nice business, and stuff like that, is the way to go. And that if you're into any sort of journey of success, that should be your ultimate goal. And the truth is, it's not. It is a possibility, and it is something that you can go after if you truly find some passion in it. Like there might be people here watching my video who find lots of passion in cars. So having a very, very cool and expensive car in the future may be something that you resonate with, and might be something that may be worth pursuing for you. And if that's the case, then by all means, go after it and pursue it and do everything that you do, with that goal in mind. But if you don't like cars, if you don't really care about the style of the car, you don't care about everything that goes into the car, as far as like who it's made from, the material that it has, the quality of the car, the story behind the brand who made the car. If you don't really care about those things and you just need something that can move you around and stuff, then in that case, don't worry about getting a really cool car, an expensive car, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. All right, you don't need it unless, of course, you're gonna be using that car as a means to attract some attention or something. In that case, the car itself becomes sort of a tool. You can use it to attract potential customers if you're in a business environment, or you can use it as a way to show off to potentially the opposite sex. You want to attract a specific girl out there, then you drive around a nice car, and your chances of getting noticed are increasingly higher. Now, it doesn't mean that you're going to get the girl just because you have the expensive and really nice car, but it does give you a subtle advantage over most guys, as the car itself becomes sort of a symbol, to society, that you're pretty wealthy and that you got your stuff together, and that you're ready to really take care of someone if that were to be the case. Especially with women, since us guys, at the end of the day, we will end up taking care of them, when we decide to start a family and stuff like that. So, that's a little subtle thing that you can take into account when you're considering getting a very expensive car. So it could be a tool, or you can just get the car just because you love cars and you would love to drive around an expensive car because of the comfort and because of anything around those lines, right? But that's just one example. That's just the example of the car. Then you have the example of having a business. Some people say that you gotta have your own business in order to be successful. And sure, there's some things that come along with having your own business, which is like the freedom that it comes with. You don't actually have to have a boss that's telling you what to do all the time, as you will be the boss and you will have to hire employees and you'll get to tell your employees what to do and stuff like that. So it does give you some freedom, but at the same time, having a business does require a lot of hard work in order to not only create it but also maintain it and keep it going and keep on scaling that business so that it survives and it continues to bring in profits and stuff for you, and at the same time you're still able to provide the value that that business originally was meant to give, because the only reason you should be in business is to provide value, is to fix problems. And the day that you stop doing that, the day that you stop providing value, stop fixing problems, then that's the day your business is going to start to plummet, because it's no longer of value to society, really. And so that's the thing. And so if this is something that interests you, if you have a strong passion for doing something like that, then yes, business might be the way to go. But if you have no intention of really taking on the leadership role and becoming your own boss, then that's fine. You can always go and work for a company who pays you really well. And if you love the company and you would like to see that company grow and you want to be part of their team and you want to you want to do what you do best, within that company and be the boss of that specific area of the company, then there's companies that can offer you something like that as well. And so you just gotta really find whatever it is that you really resonate with the most. But at the end of the day, it's not for sure that going the business route is the way to go and that's the only way to be successful, because it's not. It's just one avenue. Just like getting the car, having an expensive car is only one avenue of success. It does not mean that that's the only way you can be successful, by having that car, right? And so here's the thing, like I really, my intention with this video is to tell you that you should start to stay away from these stereotypical success goals and dreams, because at the end of the day, they're not of any significance. They really aren't. Like I said in the other video about value, how value is an illusion, that applies right here as well, because you see, value itself is an illusion. It does not exist. It's really something that's really neutral, and only the value of things only exist in our perspective. So these things like the cars, the houses, the business, these things only have value because we choose to give these things value. And so the day we just say, what, they don't have any value to me, what I really value is just having a family. What I value is just having a simple job where, things are good, I make good money, I'm able to survive, and I'm able to take care of the people that I want to take care of. I have good friends. I have access to, I don't know, certain things out there. I don't know what you're into, but as long as those core things are really met and satisfied, then that's enough. That is success. That's really what success is at the end of the day. It's not about getting all these stereotypical successes that you hear all around you, and people trying to convince you that that's the way to go. Just because they believe that that's the way, it does not mean in any way that that is truly the way and the only way. That's actually a big lie. So do not believe these people who tell you that, oh, you must have this, you must have that, you must have this much amount of wealth, you must have this car, you must have this business, you must have this big mansion over at the I don't know, like one of the most expensive areas that there is out there. The truth is, no, you don't. You don't need to. You don't need to have any of these things. But like I said, people will try to convince you, and the only reason why people try to convince you is because they really don't believe it themselves. Really, You know, like I remember doing this, back in the day when I was barely starting out personal development. I would pressure so many people, to get into personal development. I wanted people to learn this stuff and learn everything that had to do with personal development, but it wasn't really because I wanted to really help them. It was really because I didn't quite believe in the techniques and everything in personal development. So I sort of wanted to, find a way to share this with other people and get that reinforcement that yes, your personal development content, everything that you're studying is good and it's quality and you should continue to do so. So in a sense, I was looking for approval. I was looking for some sort of approval of somebody to tell me that, hey, you know what you're doing right there is good. What you're studying right there, personal development, that is good. It's perfect. Continue doing that, right? Same thing here. People who don't quite believe in the stereotypical success, they have to constantly, tell other people that this is the way. That way, those other people, are gonna, hopefully they're hoping that these people are what is called the yes man, and they're just gonna respond to this guy like, yes, you're right. I should probably do the same thing as well. And everybody is like, in congruence with that idea, and so, but the thing is that it's just not how it works. And so I myself to this day have people around me telling me like, oh, you gotta go after this, you gotta go after that, and if you don't, then you have some sort of a self-esteem problem and stuff like that. And the truth is, you don't have a self-esteem problem. It's just that it's just not part of your personality. It's just not something that you're willing to go after. And sure, like to some extent, I would suggest that you ponder the idea. Of course, consider it, because it could be that it could. I mean, I'm not saying that it can't be, but in most cases, it really isn't the case. It's just that there's just that lack of congruency. Like some people just don't fucking like cars, and that's really the truth of it. Like some people just really don't care. Like as much like I said in the previous video. Some people just will not care as much as you do, and that's fucking perfectly fine. There's no need for you to go and push other people to believe the same stuff that you do. There isn't. All you can really do is, like I said in that video, make people aware of what you like and what you love and what your passions are, but that's it. There's no need to start to brainwash them and trying to pressure them into believing what you believe, because you're really killing that person. You're doing them a disservice by doing something like that, because if you're forcing somebody to believe something that you believe, what you're really doing is that you're turning them into a puppet. You're turning them into someone that it's they ain't gonna get to be themselves. They're gonna be someone that you constructed out of your own beliefs and out of pressure and stuff like that. And a strong person obviously will notice this and will hold himself and be like, hey, you know what, I don't believe in that, and they'll stand up for themselves. But the majority of people, and especially in this channel, since I'm making this entire channel is based around introverts. Us introverts, we don't really socialize as much. We don't talk much. So when this type of information hits us, we tend to just stay quiet and sort of like, ponder the idea, really think about it. And sometimes if we have the right information, we're able to not believe that. But if we don't, then for the most part, we start to get sucked into that and we start to just believe everything that we hear. So um, it's not good. It's not good. So like, I'll make a separate video where I teach you, as an introvert, how to actually, filter data that comes in. That way you're not always sucked into everything that you hear and that you start believing everything that you hear. But in the meantime, just realize that not all that this stereotypical success that you hear, it just isn't valid. It's just one avenue. It's just the most popular avenue. This is like the popular success. I would even change the phrase there from stereotypical to popular, because this is the popular stuff. This is the stuff that's always put onto projected onto movies. It's projected onto shows. It's projected onto pretty much everything that you see on the media. That's really the way to go. To have like planes and jets and having your own private stuff. Private. What was I gonna say? The freaking the yachts. And having access to private parties and memberships and stuff like that, and getting to meet celebrities, and that's supposed to be like success. And like I said, it's one avenue of success. Sure, if that's what you're really passionate about and that's what you love. But if not, then don't pursue it. Don't pursue it. Don't waste your time pursuing things that ultimately are not going to make you happy, because that's really what it's all about. Success is all about making you happy. Whatever makes you happy, that's really where success is. So follow happiness, don't follow success. Because success is success. Success is for you. Success is something that will happen once you're happy. So find your happiness. Find the things that you love to do that make you happy. And once you find those things, then you push yourself, of course, to make them as best as possible. And that will really translate into success. But do not focus on success primarily. Focus on happiness, because here's the thing. I mean, we're not going to live forever, right? We're not going to live 1,000 years. We're not going to live for very long. So it's pointless that you start to focus on things that you don't even love. Why would you waste your precious time pursuing things that you don't like, that you ultimately hate? Your time is limited here, so make sure you spend every single second doing something that you love and that makes you happy. Even if the success doesn't come, at least you lived a happy life. Like I said, happiness is way above success. Okay? Happiness is first, success comes second. Don't let anybody else fool you into the fact that success must be attained first and then you can be happy once you're successful, because that is not the truth. It's not. Those people who tell you that are people who believe that and who are struggling currently. Because people who are currently struggling, they want other people to struggle. So what are they going to do? They're going to tell other people to do the same exact thing that they're doing. That way, those other people start to struggle with them as well. And then they can create this little circle of struggle. And then, they felt understood. But the thing is that, no, happiness comes first. And I'm telling you that because, take a look at my channel. My channel isn't that successful, as most channels here on YouTube. But who gives a shit? I don't give a fuck. Actually, I really enjoy making these videos for you guys, and I make them even when I'm like really tired. Like right now, I'm not feeling too well. I'm feeling a little tired, just sleepy. I haven't been able to sleep that much in a while. So then, like my nose is a little bit congested, but who cares? I'm here. I'm making videos because I love to do this shit. Making these videos makes me happy to be able to share what I know with you guys, especially you introverts. Since I understand what it's like to be there, and that's really it. You just gotta be happy, and the success will come as long as you're happy and you're doing what you're doing with happiness, or you're doing it with pride, and you really take a lot of joy into doing whatever it is that you do. So there you have it. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you stop pursuing stereotypical success and start pursuing the shit that makes you happy. Alright, so make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification icon, and there will be some videos right here so you guys can go ahead and check out more of my videos. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next video.